Using a retirement calculator effectively can make all the difference when planning for your financial future. It's one of the simplest tools available, but if you know how to maximize its potential, it becomes a powerful guide to understanding where you stand today and what adjustments you'll need to make. Too often, people either ignore calculators or plug in a few numbers without paying much attention to the results. But to get the most out of these tools, you need to approach them with the right mindset and understand what they can really offer. A retirement calculator won't predict the future, but it can give you a solid estimate of how close you are to reaching your financial goals. The trick is knowing how to interpret the results and what inputs to focus on. When using a retirement calculator, the first step is entering your current savings. This includes all the money you've set aside in retirement accounts like 401k, IRAs, or Roth IRAs. Be sure to also include any savings in taxable accounts if you plan to use those funds in retirement. Many calculators will also ask for your monthly contributions. This is where you input how much you're saving on a regular basis, whether through payroll deductions, personal savings, or other methods. The more accurate these numbers are, the more reliable your results will be. If your contributions vary from month to month, try to use an average to avoid skewing the calculation. Another critical input is your expected retirement age. This might seem straightforward, but it's worth thinking through carefully. Retiring a few years earlier or later can make a big difference to your financial situation. Early retirement means you'll need to stretch your savings over more years, while working longer gives you more time to contribute and fewer years to fund. Make sure the calculator you use allows you to test different retirement ages so you can see how the timing affects your outcome. Flexibility is important because life doesn't always go as planned, and knowing how to adjust if needed can give you peace of mind. Next, you'll need to estimate your annual expenses in retirement. This is often the trickiest part because it's hard to predict what your lifestyle will look like years from now. A common rule of thumb is to aim for 70 to 80% of your pre-retirement income. But this isn't a one-size-fits-all figure. Some people plan to travel or pursue expensive hobbies, which would require more income. Others may downsize their homes or move to areas with a lower cost of living, resulting in lower expenses. It's important to be as realistic as possible here. Underestimating your needs could leave you short, while overestimating might push you to save more than necessary. Many retirement calculators also ask you to input an expected rate of return on your investments. This is another area where people tend to overestimate, which can lead to unrealistic projections. While historical stock market returns have averaged around 7 to 8% annually, a more conservative rate of 4 to 6% might be a safer bet given market volatility. Some calculators allow you to adjust for inflation, which is essential since prices for goods and services tend to rise over time. Inflation might not seem like a big deal now, but even a modest annual inflation rate can significantly reduce your purchasing power over the course of 20 or 30 years. One of the most useful features of retirement calculators is the ability to run different scenarios. This is where the real value of the tool comes in. Try testing out various savings rates, retirement ages, and rates of return to see how these factors impact your results. For example, you could increase your monthly savings by just $100 and see how that changes the overall picture. Or you could push your retirement age back by 2 years to see how much more secure your finances would look. The goal isn't to come up with a single perfect plan, but to get a sense of how small changes can make a big difference over time. Another feature you'll want to use is the calculator's ability to factor in Social Security benefits. While Social Security isn't likely to cover all your retirement expenses, it can be an important part of your income. Calculators will often let you input an estimated benefit amount based on your earnings history, or they'll pull a default figure based on the current Social Security formulas. Keep in mind that when you claim Social Security will also affect how much you receive. Claiming benefits at age 62 results in smaller monthly payments, while waiting until your full retirement age, or even later, boosts your benefit amount. Running these different scenarios with the calculator helps you see how the timing of Social Security fits into your overall strategy. Retirement calculators can also highlight any shortfalls in your plan. If the results show that you're on track to run out of money at age 80, for example, it's better to know that now rather than later. This gives you time to make changes, whether that means saving more, working longer, or adjusting your expected spending. Some calculators go a step further by suggesting specific actions you can take to improve your outlook, such as increasing your contributions by a certain percentage or investing in higher yield assets. The more detailed the calculator, the more valuable the insights will be. It's important to remember that a retirement calculator is only as good as the information you provide. If your inputs are inaccurate or overly optimistic, the results won't reflect your true situation. That's why it's a good idea to revisit your calculations regularly, especially as your circumstances change. Life events like marriage, having children, or receiving an inheritance can significantly impact your retirement plan. So it's smart to update your calculations whenever something changes. Reviewing your numbers at least once a year also helps you stay on track and adjust your strategy as needed. Conclusion: the key takeaway here is that a retirement calculator is not a one-and-done tool. It's something you should use regularly to track your progress and make adjustments as needed. Small changes, like increasing your contributions or working an extra year, can have a big impact over time. Another important insight is that your retirement plan needs to be flexible. Life happens, and being able to adjust your strategy along the way ensures that you'll be prepared no matter what. A calculator can't predict every outcome, but it can give you a roadmap to follow and help you make informed decisions about your future. The more effort you put into using it effectively, the more confident you'll feel about your retirement plans.